All right, 6th grade, let's go ahead and talk about dividing decimals by decimals. The first thing we need to do is talk about some important vocab. These should be familiar to you, at least the first three. The one that might not be too familiar is the powers of 10, but we're going to talk about that and how that comes into play today. So the first vocab word is a dividend. Remember, that's the number that's inside the den, right? So the amount being divided. So the dividend is the amount being divided. The second vocab word is divisor, right? This is the number by which another number is being divided. Okay, this is the number that's going to be on the outside of our division problem. Remember the divisor, you wear a divisor or a visor outside. Okay. The next vocab word is quotient. The quotient is the answer to a division problem. Okay. And then the last vocab word is powers of 10, which is a base of 10 raised to a power. So we're going to talk about the first 5 powers of 10. Okay, so I'm going to give you a hint and tell you that the 10 to the first power is just going to be 10, right? It's just telling you that we have one 10. Now, if I tell you we need to raise it to the second power, so 10 to the power of 2 means I now have 2 10s, and we have to multiply them together to get our answer. So if I have 10 times 10, what do you guys think 10 to the power of 2 is, Riley? 100. Now we got to do 10 to the power of 3, which means now I have 3 10s. So 10 times 10 times 10, which is what, Ari? 1,000. Nice work. Okay, so does someone see a pattern with my zeros? So on the 10 to the power of 1, I've got 1 0. 10 to the power of 2, I've got 2 zeros. 10 to the power of 3, I've got 3 zeros. So what am I doing each time, Noah? I'm adding a 0 every time. Okay, so that's kind of the trick. So what do you think my answer to 10 to the power of 4 would be? Everyone together, go. 10,000. Nice job. And if I want 10 to the power of 5, my answer would be 1, 2, 3. There you go. Nice work, 6th grade. So you're going to see where we need those powers of 10 later on in our steps. All right. So dividing decimals by decimals, our first step is to divide a decimal by another decimal. We rewrite the divisor as a whole number. We have to rewrite the divisor as a whole number. And to do this, we multiply the divisor by a power of 10 to make it a whole number. And we just gave some examples of powers of 10, so you should be familiar with that. And then we need to multiply the dividend by the same power of 10. Because if we do it to the divisor, we need to do it to the dividend. Keep it equal for both of them. And then we need to fill in zeros if necessary. And the last step is we're just then going to divide like normal. Use the same rules as we did on Monday and Tuesday. Okay, 6th grade, let's do our first example. We have 2 and 892 thousandths divided by 6/10. Well, our first step is we need to rewrite the divisor as a whole number. So my divisor is right here, the 6/10, and we need to change it to a whole number. So if we look at our divisor, it is in the 10th place. So what do you think we're going to multiply it by to get it to a whole number if it's in the 10th place? 1, 2, 3? 10. We're going to multiply it by 10. So 6/10 times 10 would get us a whole number of 6. So that's why the 6 is the new divisor. If you're okay with that, put your hand on your head. You can see where we got that 6 from. Okay? And if I do the power of 10 one time to the divisor, guess what I have to do to my dividend? I have to multiply it by 10. Do the same thing. If I do it to the divisor, I have to do the same thing to the dividend. And I'm going to tell you guys a secret. Okay? Multiplying by 10 is the same thing as moving the decimal to the right once. So if it moves to the right once on my divisor, I just have to move it once to the right on my dividend, and that'll tell us our new answer is 28 92 hundredths. So let's go stick that new dividend in our den. And then this problem should look exactly like our problems on Tuesday when we divided divided decimals by whole numbers. So who remembers the first step of does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? The D stands for what, Curto? Divide. So we need to look at, does 6 go into 2? No, you can either put a 0 or a little X above there. Does 6 go into 28? How many times? 4. 4 times 6 is 24. I need to subtract those two numbers. 28 minus 24 is 4. I check, is 4 less than 6? Perfect. That means I can bring my number down. How many times can 6 go into 49? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. 8. 8 times 6 is 48. Subtract those two numbers. 49 minus 48 is 1. Is 1 smaller than 6? Yep, so we can bring that 2 down. How many times can 6 go into 12? 2 times. 2 times 6 is 12. I can subtract those, and I am zeroed out. Now, looking at my answer, right now it says 482. Somebody please raise your hand. Tell me, what am I missing from my answer? What do you think? A decimal. And where is my decimal going to go? Yep, it's going to go straight up between the 4 and the 8. Do you guys see how important it is to make sure everything is lined up really nicely so you know exactly where that decimal point goes? So our final answer, I'm going to bubble it, is 4 82 hundredths. All right, 6th grade, let's move on to our next example. We have 6 744 thousandths divided by 12 hundredths. The first thing we always need to do, step 1, is to rewrite our divisor as a whole number. And to do this, we multiply the divisor by a power of 10. So right here, my 12 is in the hundredths place. So what do I need to multiply it by? 1, 2, 3. 100 if it's in the hundredths place. And if I multiplied it by 100 to my divisor, I have to multiply 100 by my dividend. And remember, we can't use any calculators, so use the secret. If I moved my decimal place over twice, because I multiplied by 100, I have to move this decimal place over twice. So my new number should be 674 4/10. Right? All I did was I scooted that decimal place over 2 times to the right, which is the same thing as multiplying by 100. Okay? So let's go ahead and stick that new dividend down there. If you want to go ahead and float that decimal up to the top, you totally can before you start the problem, or you can wait till the end like you did last time. Totally up to you. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put my finger over these so I know where I'm starting at. Can 12 go into 6? Nope, I'm going to go ahead and put an X above there, and I'm going to test your 12 facts knowledge. How many times can 12 go into 67 on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3, 5. 5 times 12 is 60. 67 minus 60 is 7. We need a double check. Is 7 less than 12? Yes, so we can go ahead and bring down our number. How many times can 12 go into 74? 6 times. No, yeah, 6 times. No, 6 times, you're right. 6 times, what is 6 times 12? 72. I can just subtract those two numbers. 74 minus 72 is 2. Is 2 less than 12? Perfect. Let's bring down that 4. How many times can 12 go into 24? Twice. 2 times 12 is 24. Well, that makes it really nice because we zero out. And our final answer is 56 2/10. All right, 6th grade. Your assignment is on the inside of this. You have 6 problems to do. Go ahead and get started. Go team.